Hey, gamer friends, I'm Danielle,
And I'm Josiah,
and
and
we
we
are
are
ready
ready
to
to roll.
roll.
We're going to be talking about our games that won April.
Yay!
Yeah, it's exciting. This is always a fun video, I think, for us to make because we get to talk and celebrate the games that were most exciting to us that we
Yeah.
had maybe the most fun with in April or in the
Yeah.
month that you were talking about
Yeah,
it.
and we always play some of our favorite games, and so we don't
Yeah,
always talk about like our favorite games, but maybe they are new games to us, or maybe we just had some really good plays of those games, so it might be any of those things.
right.
First up, we're going to talk about our stats because we like to start with our stats for the month.
Yep.
So for April, we had 63 plays. That's a better month
It's
for
better.
us. That's about where we kind of usually sit.
Yeah.
And then those 63 plays, we had 27 different games.
Yep.
And an H index of 4, which
Yep.
I thought was pretty good.
Yep. We ended up playing with 7 players that we knew that we're familiar with
in person,
and then a total of 42 players.
Right.
Not all, mostly strangers.
Yes, because those are people like from BGA and stuff like that. So they're not listed under our players.
Right.
All right, so we're going to talk about a little bit of our channel news. So if you don't want to listen to that, go ahead and skip down in the timestamps below. You'll be able to find where we actually start talking about games.
The games, yeah.
But for our channel news, we wanted to talk about our top videos for the month of April because we just like to go back and look and see what's doing well, what you guys are enjoying, and share that with you.
It's a way for us to reflect on the month before and then find out what you guys want to watch, what you're interested in, what you're not interested in, things like that, so that we can help maybe manipulate our content to better suit what you're looking for.
Exactly. This month is a little bit skewed though because our top video was our 10 to 1 top 50 videos of all time. And of course that one's going to be number 1 because everybody loves those videos.
Yeah.
I love those
including
videos.
Me.
Yeah, I like to watch them.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that was our number 1 video.
Yeah. Our number 2 video was our Late to the Party series edition. So we did viticulture, which we were late to the party on. I love this series. This one is really fun for me to do.
It is.
Because we get to go back and play older games, usually classic games that we haven't played before. And it's fun to play those games and see what all the hype is about. I
completely agree. It's been really fun to play those.
And generally speaking, the hype is legitimate.
Yeah, it's there for a reason.
Yeah. It's a classic for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that this one did so well because we've done a few of them so far.
Yeah.
And they haven't done very well, but we've kind of kept doing them because we enjoy it.
Right.
And this one, I think people really liked, maybe because it was viticulture. I'm not sure, but it was a really fun video, and it's just really fun to do this series. So I think we're going to keep doing it and see what you guys think. See if it's like our first impressions of like a really old game, which is fun.
Yeah. And by the way, if you haven't watched the video, go back and watch it if you want, but we really like it.
Yes, it's
we
a
really like viticulture.
Game. Great game.
One thing that we wanted to let you guys know about is we are going to scale back just a touch on our videos. We're going to only do 2 videos a week for a little bit of time because we have a wedding coming up and a lot going on.
Yeah, so our oldest daughter is getting married this month. And so we are trying to record ahead, but we wanted to just make sure that we had enough time to spend with our family and friends and doing things like that. And we want to really be present. And so even though our goal was only 2 videos a week anyway, and we've been doing 3, but we wanted to let you know that we're only going to probably be posting 2 for a little bit. And our youngest daughter is getting married in October. And so this is just a busy, busy year for us. So we'll just kind of see. What we might do is just throw in a Saturday video here and there and keep to our Tuesday, Thursday schedule for the most part. So we're not going anywhere or anything like that. We just wanted to kind of keep you in the loop of what's going on.
That's right. And we basically just wanted to make sure that we weren't stressed about trying to get 3 videos a week done during this time. Once the weddings are over, we'll probably go back to 3 a week.
Right.
Anyway, we just wanted to let you guys know so that you aren't looking for that Saturday video and being like, what's going on?
Right.
So now you know.
All right. So now we want to talk about some games that we played that we're calling skippable games. So these are games that we didn't love for whatever reason, and we say, I'm going to skip those from now on. And you can do whatever you want, but those are ones that we're skipping.
That's right. For your information, this is just our opinion of these games.
Yes.
So don't come at us if you love this game. That's awesome. We love that you love that game.
Yes. In fact, I'm excited. I want you to love games that I don't love, because that just means that more people are playing games and we all have different things that we look for in games.
That's right.
And so that's a good thing, I think.
It's a great thing. Yeah. So anyway.
All right. So first up, I played a game called, I think it's called Pyramido. I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. Forgotten Treasures. And it's a game where you are placing tiles out in kind of a pyramid style, and you're using the colors, and there's certain gems that are put on it, and you have to use the gems. It sounded like a game that I would really enjoy, but it just didn't hit for me. I thought it was kind of boring, and so I just didn't enjoy it at all. And I thought, I'm going to skip that one.
Yeah, this is one you played on BGA.
Yeah.
I haven't played this one.
Right.
The game that I played in April that I'm considering a skippable game is Great Western Trail El Paso.
Right.
It's not that I hated the game. It's not that I didn't like it. I mean, it was okay. I kind of didn't like it, but it's just, to me, a worse version of Great Western Trail.
Okay.
And so if I'm going to play a Great Western Trail, I'll just play Great Western Trail Second Edition. Yeah, because
you really like Great Western Trail.
I do, yeah. And I thought it was a little. I understand that they were trying to maybe shorten it, truncate it.
Yeah, they were trying to make it a more manageable game.
Yeah, but for me, it made it worse. They went too far with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you on that. I don't think that it was one that I loved. I could see if you didn't like Great Western Trail for a lot of the things that it brings to the table, that this might be one that you would like.
Sure.
And so I could see how people would like this over Great Western Trail. But if you like Great Western Trail, this is probably going to be a lesser version.
Experience.
A lesser experience.
Lesser experience for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least it was for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I would say I think I liked it better than you, because I actually liked the game. I think you were like, I don't even like that game. And I think I liked it okay. I probably wouldn't choose it.
Yeah.
So that's where we are with that one.
Yep.
And then I also played a game called Kiva. And Kiva has this tug of war. It's a 2-player game, and you're kind of pulling things over to your side, different colors, and they're pulling colors to their side, and you're playing it with cards. And I will say it was a little bit more interesting to me than the last game. And maybe, I don't know, maybe if you and I played it together, it might be a little bit more fun. It doesn't have a lot to the game, though, I didn't think.
Yeah.
It wasn't super interesting. And so that's why I'm calling it a skippable game. I would be willing to try it again. I think I would enjoy playing it more with you. But just playing it on BGA, it was just it left a little lacking to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So those were our skippable games.
Yeah. Yeah. Not very many. Just 3.
Just 3. Yeah.
For the most part, we love almost all games.
That's true.
I mean, we just love playing games. And
between the two of us, one of us is usually going to like it.
Yeah. But sometimes, every once in a while, there's a game that it just doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Let's talk about our top games of April.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me?
Why don't you go first this time?
Okay. Number 5 on the list is Fit to Print. This is a new game for us. We had never played it before, and it was an interesting little tile placement game. You have a round where you are gathering tiles, and then you stop whenever you feel like you've gathered enough tiles. And then there's the second part where you're putting them in.
Right.
The kicker is that it is a real-time game.
That's
so
right.
if you do not like real-time games, this game is not for you.
Yeah, skip it.
Real-time games to me are sometimes a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of
it did add an element of stress to the game, because they give you, I think it was 2 or 3 different times that you could play the game in. Yes. It was like an easy, medium, hard kind of thing. And we just did the normal, the medium one. and we struggled to get inside the time frame.
Yes. And so, yeah, like the first few rounds, I think I was winning.
Yeah.
And then the last round, I like just messed up just royally.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have time to go back and fix anything. And so it was a horrible mess at the end.
Right.
And then you pulled out the win on that one.
I did.
And so, but yeah, it's kind of stressful to play real-time games. So I can see why some people like don't like those at all.
Yeah, I do like that they put that in there though, because it feels very thematic, right? Because you're building a newspaper.
Right.
And
it
so
has to go out by a certain time.
Has to get out, you know, and there's always that rush of like, we got to get the news out, you know, kind of a thing. And so
and the layout has to be just right so that everything fits on the page. And
it deducts from you if you have leftovers or, you know, things like that.
Things that didn't make it into the newspaper.
Yeah. And there's a lot that you actually have to consider. And so you have to put this puzzle together in a fast time with a bunch of different considerations.
Correct.
It was fun. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it too. So we like tile placement, and we don't mind real-time games. It is stressful, but it's fine. I don't mind it.
No. All right. My number 5 game is one that we've been playing for a little bit. It was, I think, showed up on last month's.
Okay.
And it's Potion Explosion.
Yes.
It's just a fun little, simple gathering marbles to fill up your potions. Mm-hmm. And that's it. I mean, it's just very simple, but it's fun. It's one. Here's why I like it. I like it because while at work, if I've got 5 minutes to spare, I can jump on BGA and take my turn with Potion Explosion and have plenty of time to do that.
Right.
You know, it's a game that I can play that doesn't require me to remember a lot of stuff from my last turn.
That's the key right there.
Yeah. And so I can just go on and I'm like, okay, oh, this looks great. I'll take this, you know, marble and try to get these explosions to happen to fill up my potion. And it's real fast and it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think this is a good one for us to play together while you're at work.
Yeah.
Because it is that way. Because like those big Euro games, if you know, when you play turn-based, and maybe it's been at least hours, if not days, since it's been your turn, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what was I trying to do? What was going on? And you don't have time to just do that. And so sometimes you just have to take your turn without getting to like figure out where you were in your strategy or whatever.
Right.
And
which doesn't bode well for winning games.
No, it doesn't. No, your statistics go down when you play more of those games on BGA.
Yes.
When we play in person, your stats go up.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why Potion Explosion's on the list for me, because it fills a specific gap for me in board gaming, and it's really fun and simple, and I enjoy it.
All right, number 4, we already mentioned in this video, but it is viticulture. And we already talked about how much we both really loved viticulture.
Yeah.
So this was that older game that we just brought in and started playing for the first time in the month of April. And it is so good. I finally have figured out what all of the hype is about. It feels so classic worker placement, but in such a good way. I really, really enjoyed it. And I have heard from several of you that we need to get the Tuscany expansion because it enhances the gameplay. I think we have the Essentials edition, and from what I understand is the Essential edition does give you elements of Tuscany. So we already have a few of those things, but it doesn't give you the full seasons, the fall and the spring that you can have with Tuscany. And so I kind of want that.
We're going to get it. I mean, let's just be honest. We're going to
we'll eventually get it and see what that's all about, because I really liked this one.
Yeah, it's a banger. I mean, it's just so good. I was talking to you earlier about how we have a few games that are about making something that I just did not expect to like, to really love. And true. I do, like Distilled and Fromage and now Viticulture. Like, it's just great. They're so good.
I think maybe because it has that, like we talked about before, but like that linear aspect to it. It's like, okay, it makes sense that first I have to plant my vineyard.
Yeah.
Then I have to harvest my vineyard. Yeah. Then it goes in here for crushing. And then we make wine. It all kind of makes sense, like how you put it together. And there's something really satisfying about that.
And it's great. Number 4 on my list is another one that we've played only on BGA, and it's Crafting the Cosmos. This is one that I think we will only play on BGA.
I agree with that.
Because in person, it seems like a management nightmare. I mean, kind of, right?
It does, kind of.
The turns, there are so many things that you do on the turn.
I agree.
And which I love on BGA. Like it's really fun.
Well, yeah, because if you're playing turn-based,
satisfying.
you get to do a whole lot. You're doing all kinds of stuff, and then you don't have to like really wait on. I mean, you're waiting on people, but it's turn-based, so you're doing your own thing, and then you're like, oh, it's my turn again.
That's right. Yeah, and basically, it's a I don't even know what kind of mechanic it is or mechanism, but you have these nebulas that require specific
atoms or something. Yeah, is it called atoms?
Not atoms, but
elements.
Elements. That's right. Elements like hydrogen or helium or oxygen or carbon, things like that. And then there's this like cross thing that has these marbles in them, and you can switch them between the 4 arms to get different elements that you need. And then you place them around your nebulas and try and score. Anyway,
because you're trying to create an environment that will sustain life, basically, and then you add life, and then you get to
stabilize the
life and things like that. And so it's like you're crafting your cosmos.
Right. And so anyway, there's a lot to it, but once you get it down and wrap your head around it, it is really fun. I love it.
Yeah, actually, the first time we played it, I went back and I told him, I was like, okay, I don't understand it. And then he like was explaining a couple things because again, I didn't have a rule book, and I'm kind of one of those tangible, I want the rule book in my hand kind of people. And so he was telling me, oh, you have to do this and this and this. And then we played it again, and then I beat him because he told me how to do it.
I don't know why I do that. I should just stop telling how to beat me.
Yes. And now we have another game going on it because I guess we have to have a tiebreaker or something.
Yeah.
But
We'll probably, in my mind, we'll probably play this one for a little while.
Yeah, we probably will.
Just to have an ongoing game of it.
Yeah, it's pretty enjoyable. But I could see like in person, there's so many pieces.
Yeah.
Just pieces that I could see this would not be super fun to set up and tear down.
Right.
I don't know if there's a good insert. I don't know anything about like the boxing of it. So they may handle it well, but it just seems like there would be a lot to it. All right. My number 3 is a game that is a party game, and it's called That's Not a Hat. And this game, he did not care for all that much. I really liked it. I thought it was funny and fun. You're basically, all you have to do is remember what's on your card. And it sounds really, really simple that you just have to remember what's on your card.
And everyone else's.
And so cards get kind of passed around, and then somebody will be like, hey, here's a shoe. And if you think it's a shoe, then you accept it. And if you don't think it's a shoe, then you say, that's not a shoe. And you flip it over and see who's right and who gets points.
Yeah.
It was funny to me because I would think, okay, I'll remember that. And like 5 seconds later, I couldn't remember what was on my card or what was on other people's cards, or this just came to me and I have no idea. And so I don't know. I thought it was really funny. It made for some humorous moments, some fun moments. I could see this one being really fun to take to Christmas and play with some people and just be goofy about it. It's not take it too seriously.
Yeah. I would like to see it played at my family's Christmas.
Yeah.
So I will definitely give it another shot. Yeah. But it was okay. I mean, it's not like I hated it.
No.
It was just like, okay. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, I really liked it. Some people we played it with some of my family, and I think there were a couple that thought that was really stressful.
Yeah.
And so we probably won't play it too much with them, but I think at your family Christmas they would have a good time with it.
I think it could be a winner at my family Christmas. All right, so number 3 on my list is a game that's kind of on our personal hotness list.
Yes.
It is The White Castle. We are really, really loving this game.
Right.
It's a Euro game where you can place dice in these places to get components, and you can either craft your army, you can farm, you can send dignitaries. What do they call them?
Courtiers.
into the castle to try and climb the castle. Anyway, there's several different things you can do to try and win the game, but it is so much fun.
Yeah, we've had a blast with it. I thought I would like it, but I like it way more than I thought. And I'm super into it right now. And I know that some of you guys have played this since it came out in 2023. And you're like, yeah, we've heard about the White Castle.
Yeah.
But I just have really enjoyed it. And now it just got released on BGA, I think.
Yeah.
And so we've started a game there to see how it goes on BGA. But we've been playing it in person and having a blast with it.
Yeah, this one's pretty high on my list.
Yeah.
Right now. So anyway,
we'll see if it stays.
Yeah, we'll see if it stays, but it's a great one.
All right, number 2 on my list is Spectacular. If you watched our April game haul, you'll see that we got this game in April, and we played it and really enjoyed this game. This is a tile placement and tile drafting / dice drafting game. And so it is one of those that you have to build out your puzzle. So you are drafting each round, you're drafting something from your personal supply, and then this little card that holds, it's kind of a public supply, but it gets rotated.
Yeah. So you pick something and then change to the next person. They give yours. Theirs.
And so you're drafting something from each of those places. And so you never know what's going to be on the shared drafting, but you know what's going to be in yours. And you get to take those things and put them into your, basically it's like an endangered animal sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yeah.
And so you're kind of trying to protect them. And there's different placement rules, and there's ways to score points, and only certain dice numbers can go on certain places. And so that's always a fun puzzle. We really like drafting. And so I could see this growing in our liking it once we are playing it more, because it's like learning the ins and outs of scoring and stuff. I think it's going to be a really good one.
Yeah. It's one of those where there's kind of a lot to think about when you're building out the puzzle, like the placement of the tiles, because you have to place them in a certain way to be able to put a tower on them.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah. And then, but you have to have certain dice to put on certain tiles. And so there's kind of a lot to think about when you're putting your puzzle together, but it's fun.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like it.
Number 2 on my list is one that is definitely on my hotness list, and it's Space Base. I am just having a blast with this game. Pun intended. So this is one where it's not, I guess it's more like a hand management game. What would you say?
What would you call that?
I don't even know. You have your base, right? And it has 12 different spaceships on it. You build up your money, you roll dice to see which one triggers, then you build up money to purchase public spaceships.
Yeah, like a market.
A market
of cards.
To put in your base. And when you place one in your base, the one that was there gets turned upside down and gives you something that you can do on other people's turns.
Yeah, so when they roll that, you get to activate that number.
Yeah, and it's really fun. It's got some engine building elements to it, because you can, as you start replacing a bunch of them, you get a bunch of things that trigger on other people's turns, and so you're always getting resources.
Yes, it's really fun. I love games where you're doing stuff on other people's turns. I think that's really fun.
And especially we've been playing this one with our nephew Isaac on BGA, and it's really fun when you have especially more people. I played it at 4 once, and it was really good at 4.
Oh, I bet I would think it would be really fun.
This is one that I think gets better up to at least 4. I've only played it at 4, but
it may only go to 4. Does it go?
I don't know. It may only go to 4.
Okay,
but to me, it's really good at 2. Better at 3, better at 4.
Right. With that said, though, we had our own in April space-based tournament that he and I we played a bunch of games together on BGA.
Just the 2 of us.
On BGA?
Yeah. It was on BGA in person. So
That's true. We're sitting next to each other.
We each had a laptop playing space-based on BGA.
That's true. But anyway, we had a space-based tournament.
Yeah.
And is it over? Did we decide and I win?
I think you did win. I don't know if we decided that it's over.
Okay. But we played 7 games.
Yeah.
And it was tied all the way up. It was 3-3, and then I got that last game and won. So I won the space-based tournament between the two of us.
Yeah, but anyway, it is a real banger. So if you want, if you haven't played it yet, go play it.
All right, and number one pick for the month of April is River of Gold. This is such a good game.
Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so surprising. First of all, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that.
Everything about it.
The what do you call that? The production.
Yes.
The production value is off the charts.
Yes, it's so good.
It's got foil, like gold foil and stuff. I love it. It was so pretty.
They made it look really nice.
Yeah.
But besides that, even not taking that into account, that just upped it, right? It just made it a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is actually so much fun.
It really is.
You buy these little, I don't even know what they call them, tiles or whatever that go along the river. And
they're like buildings.
Yeah, buildings. And as you go float down the river, if your piece or somebody else's piece lands in that, it activates all of the ones that are in that area.
Right.
And so you get resources or different things when people land on yours.
Yeah.
And you get stuff if you land on one too, like it activates them and you get stuff. And so you are basically rewarded for landing on other people's stuff, but you're also even more rewarded if they land on yours.
Right.
So it's just so good.
It is.
And it's not long. It's not like drags out. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
I think it was 30 to 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah. It wasn't long.
Something like that. Anyway, there's also an influence.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 influence tracks, I think. 6 or 7.
I think it's
6. There's these things that activate you gaining influence, and there's a whole scoring mechanism within the influence tracks on top of the scoring that happens as you go down the river and certain things like that. And so, it's so good.
I love tracks. I'm finding out I really enjoy tracks.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. There's just something about it that is really fun.
Yeah.
So
this one is really satisfying.
It is.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, number 1 on my list for the month of April is one that we didn't start in April, but we ended in April.
We finished it in April.
It's Clank Legacy 2.
Yes.
It was really good.
Yes, it was.
It was really good. I will say I enjoyed Clank Legacy 1 better.
100%, it's the better one. For sure.
Yeah, Clank Legacy 1 is better, but it was still really fun.
It was.
Really, really fun. And Clank is one of my favorite games of all time.
Right.
So it's going to be hard for Clank to miss with me.
It is. And I really like legacy games still.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're fun. I enjoy it's a whole gaming experience I really like. And we did play through the entire campaign. Now there is one thing that I will say. I think it should have ended one scenario earlier, and we talked about this.
Yeah, we won't spoil anything.
No, but it felt like it would have been a better ending at one scenario earlier.
Right.
So the last scenario, just a warning, the last scenario,
it's kind of a letdown.
It was. So I was like, it should have ended here, because that was like the climax of the end and all the story and all things. Yeah. And so I don't know. Anyway, I'm not really sure what their decision making was on that. But as far as leading up to it, all the games, it was fun. Yep. There is a lot of stopping in the middle and going to story and stuff like that, which is what happens in those. So if you don't like that, that is something for you to think about.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that.
I don't either. I actually like it. But I think that's something that comes with a lot of legacy games.
Yes.
I mean, so it's kind of baked into the cake, so to speak.
Right. This one was longer scenarios than Legacy 1.
Yeah, that's a good point. We spent, it was probably an average of an hour and a half to 2 hours per session, per scenario.
Right.
When I think the first one was more in the 90.
Yeah, it was like
60 to 90.
Yeah, 60 to 90 minutes. And this was like more of an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the scenario.
Yeah.
I will say there's a cooperative. So in the first one, you kind of end up playing it semi-cooperative.
Right.
But I don't think there's ever like a cooperative.
Full cooperative. Yeah.
And in this one, it has a few scenarios where you are actually playing cooperative.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because Clank cooperative is interesting.
But those scenarios, I will say, were pretty hard.
Yes, they were.
They were pretty difficult.
They made them a lot harder than the other scenarios.
Yeah. Anyway, Clank is always a winner with me. It was so good. I love legacy games. I highly recommend it. But if you are going to play if you're going to play only one Clank Legacy, season 1 is the best.
Agreed.
That is our list of games that won April.
Yes. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.
And tell us down below in the comments what is your favorite game that you played in April. We would love to hear about it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.